Hey, bro! Wow, it was really 8 years ago when we last met? I thought you would be an old geezer by now. But I was shocked to see you in pretty good shape. And on top of that, you're a team manager at a company? Wow, who would have thought? I mean, a high school dropout like you? What was the company thinking? Bet if I, a university grad, would get way up in the company. Maybe even be the president someday.
Hey, come off it, would ya? I'm working.
Huh? But you're answering my line message.
I took the afternoon off. It's your first day on the job. You don't have time to be screwing around and texting. Concentrate on your job, would you?
Don't tell me what to do. I'm your little sister, but academic-wise, well, I went to...
I'm not saying this as your brother, but as your boss.
Huh? Lol.
This is a small company of only 35 employees. You may be in a different department, but we will probably run into each other on occasion. At the office, it won't matter if we're related. I already talked to everybody at the office to not play favorites. You would be treated as any other employee.
Huh? Come on.
Just get back to work, would you?
But I'm already bored. They keep telling me it's the training period now, and all I did this morning was input data into the PC. Really mind-numbing stuff.
All new employees go through it. That's the first thing all new recruits go through. Getting used to operating the keyboard. It's Office Work 101.
Huh? Are you serious?
The younger generation only know how to operate a smartphone and hardly ever operate a computer and keyboard. In this day and age, a company cannot succeed if you're not proficient at the computer. You should be grateful for just getting hired for the position. We're a small company, so the pressure's not as strict as some of the major corporations.
What are you saying? You sound like you're saying I'm incompetent!
Well, that all depends on how hard you try. We hired 5 new employees starting from today, and we conducted a typing proficiency test this morning. You were, as you recall, in dead last. Or have you already forgotten?
Yeah, well... What can I say? I haven't used a keyboard in years.
That's why I'm saying it all depends on how hard you try. Once you get proficient at it, it's actually kind of fun. So, give it your best. I'm rooting for you.
Yeah, right. Hey, Paul! Pick up!
What is it? Aren't you supposed to be in training?
It's 5 p.m. I just finished.
How about overtime? It would be a good idea to stay a bit longer to leave a good impression.
Forget all that. Listen! A client, a guy who's the sales manager of one of our accounts. Who is that guy? Wow, he is such a good-looking hunk!
God-looking hunk? What the hell are you talking about?
I checked the client list, and so far as I know, he is the sales manager over at M Corporation!
Yeah, that must be Frank Dawson.
Frank Dawson, huh? Wow, that guy is super handsome!
Hey, Cindy?
What is it?
This Mr. Dawson is married and has kids.
Huh?
He's really proud of his family. Even showed us a picture of his family, a beautiful wife. So don't even think about messing with him or causing any kind of trouble. You got that?
Yeah, I got it. I will do whatever my high school dropout brother tells me. Yes, sir. Lol.
I'm not kidding around with you. This is business. Don't embarrass me. You got that, Cindy?
Yeah, I got it. Hey, Paul. You there, big brother? This job is killing me. Can't get more boring than this. You gotta do something.
I'm working right now. I really don't have time for this.
But come on, Paul. All I'm doing all day is typing. My fingers are starting to ache. The other new hires are already going out on sales calls. You too. You're constantly going out with your assistant, that new guy, Craig. This is total discrimination!
Well, I've been assigned to teach Craig the ropes. What can I say? He studied marketing in school, and he was enthusiastic about going out on sales calls, so as the sales manager, well, I took him under my wing. Unlike you, the other new hires have a marketing background and requested sales-related positions. And that's what they got. So it's obvious they would be going out more than you. It's just part of their job training.
Then make some changes! I don't want to be tutored by this old lady! This Mrs. Pierce! Why don't you train me?
Huh?
That way I could go out with you. No questions asked. Nobody would dare restrict me from going out anytime I want. But if I go out on business with you, I need free time on occasion. I really wanted to go to that new coffee shop on the corner.
I leave the office in order to take care of business, not to enjoy myself.
Come on, nobody is watching. Nobody would know.
Are you really serious about this job? You were hired on for administration work, not sales. There's no reason for you to go out on business calls. Your job requires that you sit at the desk and do paperwork, so there's no chance of you going out on business calls. That's why we're having you become proficient at typing.
Huh? Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. You need to learn how to do your job ASAP. You understand now? If so, get back to work.
This is not fair.
Hey, Cindy, are you there? Pick up! Where the hell are you? It's way past your lunch break!
Hey, Paul, what's up?
Where the hell are you?
Me? I'm at this nice little coffee shop on the corner, the one I was talking about.
Coffee shop? You have 1 hour for lunch. You're 15 minutes late. Get back here right away!
Huh? I'm on a business errand right now. I'm busy. I'll be back around 3 p.m.
Like I said, your job is desk work. You have no business outside the office.
What? That's not fair! Craig's out practically every day.
How many times do I have to tell you? Craig is with the sales department. He can't do his job unless he visits his customers.
You always say that, but just because he's in the sales department, it's not fair that he gets to leave the office every day.
Excuse me?
I mean, nobody says anything when he just ups and leaves and then he comes back anytime he pleases. Nobody says a thing! He could go to all the coffee shops and restaurants he wants and stay however long he wants. I want to do that too!
Are you totally mental? This is not some vacation job. Going out on business calls is not about having fun.
It just means going outside of the office to do business, right? But while being out of the office, there's a boss looking over your shoulder, right? You can do, like, anything you want.
You're being totally irrational. You do that, and you'd be suspended or demoted. No, I'm pretty sure you get fired.
But like I said, nobody is watching. What they don't know won't hurt them, right?
Well, you have to write up a report of what you did that day and what results that business call ensued.
Huh? What do you mean?
Whenever we go out on a business call, we have to write up a report about where and when we're going to have the meeting and also what project it's related to. We're usually allotted a set time to get the job done. Also, when we get to the client's office, we must call in to inform them that we've arrived safely. And after the meeting, we must again inform the office. If there's any kind of schedule changes, we have to report that too. Once we're back at the office, we have to write up a progress report for the day and submit it by the end of the day. So what I'm trying to tell you is that you goof off and they'll find out. Simple as that.
Huh? Come on. What's a little tea time?
If you don't get back to the office, you're just going to have to make it up by doing overtime.
You're such a stiff neck. Mom and Dad are going to hear from me.
Hey Mom, it's been a while.
Hello, Paul. This is unexpected.
To be honest, I really didn't want to contact you. Ever since you kicked me out of the house back when I was in high school, I never expected to talk to you again.
Yes, well, what do you want?
We need to talk about Cindy.
Sydney, what about her?
Is she really serious about working?
Huh? What's this about?
Ever since Dad pleaded with the company president at my company to hire Cindy? Well, she has no intention of learning her job and just wants to loaf around. She's always taking a break. She's definitely not taking her job seriously. Just the other day, she took off for lunch and she never came back that day.
Oh, my. Really?
Could you put some sense into her? I can't seem to get her to listen. She keeps pulling these shenanigans and she'll eventually get fired.
Well, you need to be there for her. That's what an older brother does, isn't it? You should back her up. That's why Dad pleaded with the president to hire her, because her older brother was there to protect her. Oh, yeah, and Sydney said that you're always pestering her at work, making her do overtime and not giving her enough time for lunch. How cruel! Please, don't be so petty. Look after your precious sister, would you? If her boss scolds her, you should step in and cover for her. What's so hard about that?
Sorry to burst your bubble, Mom, but we hired her as any other employee. No special treatment. That's what we agreed on.
Huh?
You and Dad completely spoiled Cindy. You let her do anything she wanted all these years. She's a full-grown adult. She can't rely on people anymore. She's got to stand on her own 2 feet. She's got to get that through her spoiled little head of hers. I can't believe you think that way.
Sydney is a beautiful girl. She's special, not your ordinary hire. She should be treated with respect. A special girl gets special treatment. I want you to talk to your boss and make him understand that. That's the responsibility a big brother must make.
It seems like I'm not getting anywhere with you. Before I'm her brother, I'm her boss. So with that said, I plan to be even more disciplinary than I've been the last few days. I hope she's ready.
Are you serious?
If she fails to comply, we're just going to have to ask for her resignation. Or fire her. I urge you to talk to her and make sure she understands the dire situation she's in. She'll regret it if she doesn't.
Paul! How could you be so cruel to your younger sister?
Cindy! Hurry up and pick up! What did you do? How could you do this?
What do you want? I'm really in a super bad mood right now. Can we do this later?
What are you? In grade school?
I'm sick and tired of your disciplinary talk. What? Are you my high school teacher? Oh yeah, I forgot. You dropped out.
You really did it this time! How could you have done that to our top client at M Corporation? Mr. Dawson! I told you to stay away from him!
Huh? What do you know about that?
We just got a complaint directly from the president of M Corporation!
Huh? What? That reminds me, I sure could use a hot cup of cappuccino about now. I think I'll head down to that coffee shop.
Are you out of your mind? You went to Mr. Dawson's office without permission And after calling him into the conference room, you tried to seduce him? Are you nuts?
Yeah, so what? I mean, I'm super cute. I was just there on the sales call. It was just a business tactic. Although he is kinda good looking. Besides, he's so good looking, and I couldn't help myself. If he was a real slob, I probably wouldn't have made a move.
You are really delusional.
Because of my appeal and beauty, M Corporation gave us a bunch of new business opportunities. Which means my monthly salary will increase significantly, right? I may even get promoted. May even be in a higher position than you, Paul.
Because you got it into your head that you were some sort of super salesperson, M Corporation contacted us, and we were about to lose all our business deals with them.
Huh?
The president and I went to M Corporation to apologize.
Apologize?
After a long discussion with them, we concluded that if we fire you, they will continue doing business with us.
Fire? What are you talking about? You're joking, right? I only did it to bring more business to our firm!
What you did was not business! Get that through your head! What you did was just business interference!
I can't believe this! I was only trying to help!
Are you serious? Or is this just some elaborate prank?
What do you mean?
I want to know the reason why you, someone who has no experience working at an office, not even a part-time job, why would Dad get you a job here? It's because you had an affair with a married man, right? The wife demanded that you pay compensation.
So, what? What's that got to do with anything?
When Mom and Dad attempted to pay on your behalf, the woman demanded that you pay it out of your own pocket. And so, Dad pleaded with my company president to hire you. I can't believe you just ignored it all and did whatever tickled your fancy. Biting the hand that feeds you. That's you in a nutshell. How could you?
It's all your fault!
Excuse me?
Mom said that if I joined this company, there would be no problem whatsoever. Because you would back me up all the way. You would let me do anything I wanted. That's what she said. Everybody is against me. Everybody's so mean.
Oh boy, what a mess. It's like I'm talking to a brick wall. Anyway, you've been fired. So clear out your desk by the end of the day.
Huh?
I said, clear out your desk. Get rid of that mirror and cosmetics box on your desk. And please, make sure you take the Snoopy cushion.
How could you? You high school dropout?
What's that got to do with anything?
I don't want some uneducated dropout to boss me around, that's all.
Well, I sure turned out better than you. And you graduated from university? Did you even study while you were there?
Huh?
I was kicked out of home at 16. How could I survive at that age, right? I experienced quite a bit back then. More than I care to remember. It was a hard time for me. You would never understand. But then my boss, the president of the company, helped. Or maybe I should say, rescued me. He took me in and taught me everything. After a few years, I was finally able to make a decent living. I worked my ass off all these years so that I could pay him back for his kindness. Don't you dare pass judgment on me! I clawed my way up from the dumps when I was 16. I had nothing! You would never understand the pain and suffering I went through!
You sure you want to criticize me like that? I'm gonna tell Mom and Dad all what you had just said. You better be prepared for their wrath.
Huh? You always bring that up. What are Mom and Dad going to do exactly? They have zero effect on me.
Huh?
Did you know that Dad just got fired from his job? Because of you?
What are you talking about?
Don't tell me you didn't know where Dad worked.
I don't really have to know where he works. What's it got to do with me, anyways?
That's why this kind of thing happens. You're so ignorant. If you had known, well,
Stop beating around the bush! What do you want to say?
Dad works for M Corporation.
Huh? What are you saying?
And on top of that, Mr. Dawson, the handsome guy you tried to seduce, you do remember him, don't you? Well, he's the president's grandson.
The president's grandson? Of M Corporation?
And also, regarding Dad pleading to let you into our company, it seems it was something that Dad had on our company, which we could not jeopardize, so we had to hire you. Actually, it was more like blackmail. Well, that fact got back to the compliance manager at M Corporation. Through further investigation, they learned that he had numerous allegations against him for sexual harassment from a number of female staffers. Dad's been there for many years, but he brought this all onto himself. He has no other choice but to face the consequences for his actions.
You're lying, right? This is all a big joke. Tell that it's so.
No, it's no joke. It is what it is. I cut ties with you guys years ago, and I'm going to keep it that way.
Hold on. Please, wait. Paul!
Have a good life. Well, that was the end of that. Both my dad and Cindy got fired from their jobs. As a result, the whole family fell apart. Mom and Dad bickered for some time and eventually divorced. The apartment they were living in was too expensive for the three of them, and they moved out and now all live separately. Dad got a part-time job, but his pride got in the way, and he didn't last very long. My mom returned to her parents' place, but once they learned of the circumstances, they really gave her a real tongue lashing. But she has nowhere else to go, and continues living there. As for Cindy, she could no longer live at home, so she moved to the city and currently works at some diner. Well, in the end, the family that abandoned me at 16 to fend for myself now find themselves in my shoes. As for me, I'm working my way up to managing director, and will always appreciate the kindness and consideration I was given when things were tough.